HowardStern.com now, I'm doing this thing called the Daily Dump. Yeah. What Dead Air Dave and Tom dump. So they dumped out they said I quieted down too long, and one of the farts was a little too long.
Get out!
So it was bleeped, like a whole section was edited. Now, I know in most people's world it's like, well, what's the big deal? Do something else. But it's like, that's what I think is funny, and it was hysterical. We were cracking up.
There is absolutely nothing wrong with that.
So I'm so angry, and I don't know if you've heard the news, but the FCC came down with their first fine against me. I haven't been fined in 10 years. Janet Jackson, and Robin was saying during the news, and I didn't even know, during the commercial, I didn't even know this, but like last night on TV, everywhere you turned was either Osama bin Laden's right-hand guy was arrested or is about to be. The Courtney Love is out of control, and Howard Stern is the devil, and all these religious guys are out there, and they're like frothing. They're like, Clear Channel took them off 6 stations. How come Viacom hasn't? And they're screaming about that senator in Kansas who's saying, Viacom, how come you? They are not going to be satisfied till I'm off the air. It's like Jesus on the cross having his skin pulled.
They have been energized.
Yeah, they're completely in a frenzy, and it seems I'm the focus since Janet Jackson. They just want me off the air. It
seems like and even, the Courtney Love thing doesn't take it off you. It puts it back on you.
Yeah, everything that's out of, like this one guy was on there. Courtney Love on David Letterman offended me. When is Howard Stern going to be off the air?
Right. Immediately it was like, yes, that is offensive. And it seems to me that CBS, instead of doing what they said they're going to do, they're doing it more. They haven't fired Howard Stern. They had Courtney Love bearing her breasts on TV. And Senator Brownback is not going to take this sitting down. He says that the answers from Mel Karmazin are unacceptable.
So, it's kind of crazy. I get so angry during the commercial. So that's why I sit here. And that's why I started posting stuff on the web.
Yeah, all of a sudden there's a website.
Well, I've been talking to Jeff Schick because we just have a little tiny server, and it's not like it's a money making website, like Bill O'Reilly selling you umbrellas and cups.
Right. He's got to make sure that doesn't crash.
Yeah, he's got to make sure his business stays up. Rush Limbaugh's got ties and crap and tchotchkes, radios and chairs, special back chairs, because his back hurts from OxyContin probably, but who knows?
Ladies and gentlemen, act now and you'll receive a free Percocet poncho.
So then I was talking to Jeff Schick from IBM, my right-hand guy, because, without Jeff, I wouldn't know what was going on with these computers.
Right.
So I said, gee, we had to take half the stuff down because the HowardStern.com is all clogged up.
Oh.
So now Jeff's going to try and find out today if there's these places you can go that sell you some bandwidth. For like $500 a month or something. So I said, yeah, I'll pay for that. Just,
And what happened with the T1 line? Did we get it?
Well, then we wouldn't even have to get one.
Oh, okay.
So then I was on the phone with him. He's helping me out. So he's going to get word to me tonight, and then hopefully over the weekend we have some cool stuff to put up there that has to deal with all of this. But, it's just a bitch getting it all together real fast. But Jeff says by the weekend we could have something going. So thanks to the folks at IBM for that. And, I don't know, because then I put an audio clip up there of the long fart that they took off the air.
Uh-huh.
That's crazy.
So the internet suddenly is becoming important to me because at least I can communicate.
Now, you're telling me when he was going for the length record?
I don't think it was then.
It wasn't there?
It was during the
whole competition to break the 400 whatever record.
Yeah.
We started to listen to him.
So the point is that it's getting nuts, and then there's so many things going on. Jimmy Kimmel last night, I love Jimmy, you know that. Jimmy's my boy, but he made the best point of all. Now, I'm going to play you a clip. I'll be curious to see if this makes the air. I'm going to play you a clip from Jimmy's show last night.
All right.
This is, he plays a clip from Oprah during this. So this aired on the Oprah show yesterday afternoon.
So it was not in any safe harbor?
No. So here we go. I'm going to play it for you. Hopefully you can hear it. I think it makes the point, and certainly it's from the Oprah show, so I don't think there's any problem. Here we go. Here's Jimmy Kimmel making a point, and this is brilliant.
Oprah certainly.
And finally, the FCC today fined the Howard Stern show, and they fined NBC because of some alleged profanities. It's all nonsense. It's all a knee-jerk reaction to Janet Jackson pulling her shirt open at the Super Bowl. They go after stuff they don't even listen to. and they don't even watch to make people that write letters happy. But do they go after the filthiest broadcaster in American television? No, untouchable. They leave her alone. Right. And, of course, I'm talking about Oprah.
Let's talk about the secret language, Michelle.
Yes.
I didn't know any of this.
I've gotten a whole new vocabulary.
I did not know any of this.
Salad tossers, I'm picking cucumbers, lettuce, tomatoes. Okay,
so what is a salad toss?
Okay, a tossed salad is, get ready. Salad is. Come on.
Wow.
That is disturbing.
That is the Oprah show.
But
and nobody's after her.
I have a feeling Stedman's in for a pretty good weekend.
So Jimmy get out his joke, but here's the deal. The fines that just were issued against me last night are for the exact same discussion.
Right.
So, you tell me who's the hypocrites here. Oh, they won't fine Oprah. Hey, Tom, did that make it on the air?
No.
Why?
Because, and I'm shocked that they did it, and you know what? It's a great point.
You bleeped it?
Absolutely.
But it aired on Oprah.
I understand.
But you bleeped it off our show. Well, there it is, ladies and gentlemen. That's
what's going on.
That's why I want to get out.
We don't have our free speech.
That's why I want to get off the air here.
But you know what? No, I think the point is...
I can't even make my point.
That it's clearly... I think the point is that there's a double standard. And the standard that we're trying to adhere to is a standard that we believe is the correct one. That, in my mind, is a clear violation of the standard.
But
I don't have any problem with what Oprah did.
The point is that Oprah doesn't even have to think about it. Why are we so consumed?
It's all right. Let me tell you what Oprah did, but without getting in trouble here.
No. You know, and I'm you know what? I agree with you. By the way, I understand you disagree that should have aired, but I think if the points there's...
No, you're creating the standard. You created the standard.
No, we did not create the standard.
You shouldn't be going along with any of this. You should have let that clip air.
And here's my point: that if that material were part of any show that was complained about regarding you,
I would be fine.
I believe we'd be fine for it.
But let me play Oprah saying it, because they're never going to find Oprah because she's the darling of the world. If we play this and I'm fine for it, do you realize our whole case will be made?
Yeah, because they'll have to find Oprah.
That's why I just played it. They're going to have to find Oprah Winfrey. Yeah. If they find Oprah Winfrey for indecency, people are going to be outraged.
They can't say it's okay over there and not okay over here.
The reason I just played this is to just solve the problem. Right. This is Oprah Winfrey, 4 o'clock in the afternoon, saying this. My point is, play it, Tom. Don't bleep it. This is what's going to expose the hypocrisy. They're going to have to, if they find me for this, they got to find Oprah.
Yeah.
They got to. And if they find Oprah, all hell is going to break loose.
We'd be getting fined for playing an Oprah clip.
Do you hear what I'm saying?
You know what? I hear what you're saying.
Let me play it now. I'm telling you.
I'm asking you not to.
Listen to me. Look at me. I understand. Let them find me for this. Oprah gets fined too.
Come on.
Oprah gets fined. It's over. Done. Done. Let them find Oprah, the most successful black woman in this country.
That would be great.
There will all holy hell will break loose. I'm not leading you.
The hypocrisy will be exposed.
I'm not leading you down any weird path. I'm involved too. I don't want to lose my job. Play what Oprah said. That's what we have to do. Let Oprah get fined.
Why are you protecting her? Let Oprah start thinking about what she says.
Let us get fined. Let us get fined for playing Oprah.
Unfortunately, our track record is a whole lot different in their mind than is Oprah's.
What?
And,
no, wrong. They're saying any utterance of so-called indecency. There's no different context here. They're having a discussion of tossing your salad.
Right.
And the woman graphically explains what tossing your salad is.
Graphic.
Right, and how it relates to anal sex.
And they're laughing and carrying on like it's a regular conversation. Those aren't doctors talking.
There's no doctor. It's a hoopla. It's Oprah going, woo, honey
girl,
cow.
hold on to your hat.
Let's play it. Let's get fined for it, and let Oprah get fined for it. Let the party begin. I guarantee you we will not get fined if I play this, because the FCC, Colin Powell Jr. ain't going to be fining Oprah Winfrey. This is the one tape you could play. We could play this for 4 hours straight. They won't find me for it.
It's the only thing we can do.
Guarantee it.
Clearly not. Well, no, I mean, clearly not, but...
Right. Clearly, yes.
No.
They'll never fine us. Not for Oprah Winfrey. Because Oprah Winfrey is not going to be fined. because all of this will blow up in their faces. This is what will destroy them. We want them to find me for this clip.
Because it is either us or it's the statement.
Let them find Oprah for it.
They're not gonna. Let me play it.
Right.
They won't hear
find
it
me
on Oprah.
They won't hear it here, believe me.
And we're not putting it in any crazy context. We're just playing it.
We can play it. We're playing what was played at 4 o'clock in the afternoon on Oprah. Come with me on this. Take my word for it. Tom, I know you think I'm crazy, but I'm not.
I don't think
They're
you're
not
crazy at all.
going to fine us for anything Oprah said.
I'm not
Let's
sure
do it. Let's stand up right now and do it. Are you ready to do it?
No.
You're still not gonna think. Think now. If I play this right now, they're not gonna find me because Oprah's saying it. It points out their hypocrisy. And if they find me, they gotta find Oprah Winfrey. Can you imagine the headline? Oprah Winfrey fined for indecency? People are gonna go berserk.
Because then you'll see that it's crazy what they're doing.
I agree.
Go call Mel and ask him if I can play it. Call Mel.
I'm not calling him.
Call him.
Come on.
Go call him. He'll say yes. It points up everything. I know I'm right about this. I'll call Mel.
You know what? I'll give me 10 minutes.
Okay, go ahead. Take 10 minutes and think it through with whoever you consult with back there. It's the one thing I've been waiting for.
Go think it through with Porno Pete.
It's a perfect example of what's going on.
We will never be fined.
Targeting you. It has nothing to do with content.
By the way, this is almost the identical kind of discussion I've just been fined for last night. By the way, they fined us like in the middle of the night when newspaper reporters couldn't get a hold of anything.
I was going to say, just because I'm really curious about it, and I don't know if we can talk about it, what was the exact thing? Can you explain what
we don't even, they did it in the middle of the night. We don't even have a copy of it yet.
Oh, really?
They rushed it out to the newspapers, but not us.
But you know when it was from? It was from a few years ago?
Yeah. 2001. All I know is if we play the Oprah clip, it settles everything.
Let me just say to the bastards in the reporting business on television, they said Howard was fined again for a recent broadcast. It was
3 years.
2001.
3 years ago. Yeah. Closer to 4 years ago.
But, I mean, how dare you get on the air and say that Howard was fined for something he did recently?
No, they don't care. I'm telling you, they're not going to be satisfied till I'm gone. Mike, you're on the air.
Hey, Howard.
Hey, bro.
Hey, man, I'm 20 years old. I live in Pittsburgh. You know, I'm a Republican, but I'm thinking of switching my vote. You know, I can't vote for Bush now.
Yeah, no one
I can't
can.
stand this. You know, I can't hear the show anymore.
Yeah, and let me tell you something. It goes further than that. I mean, you know what, man? The Republicans are owned by the religious right. It's time to reject them summarily. But let's start with Bush. Let's start up with our sights high to the president.
Yeah, you start. You know how they treat you. You start with the biggest target. Let's start with the biggest target.
We're taking the biggest guy out first.
Do what I can.
Him and Cheney. I gave you the facts on Cheney.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the guy's a total loose cannon. If you want me to read him again to you, I will.
I heard him. Yeah, I've been listening all morning on the phone. This is the first time I've heard the show in weeks.
Wow, on the phone.
He voted against banning cop killer bullets. He voted against a ban on plastic guns. He voted against the Clean Water Act. He voted against the Endangered Species Act. He voted against the Equal Rights Amendment. He voted against federal funding for abortion, even in cases of rape and incest or when the mother's life was endangered. The guy's a psychotic.
Yes, these guys are just taking the country down a different slope.
Dick Cheney earned $20 million in 1 year and donated 1% of the money to charity. 1%.
1%.
Wow.
And he's been arrested twice for drunk driving.
He's too drunk driver?
Yeah. So, I mean, come on. I mean, drunk driving. He should have been in jail for that. You know, if I was arrested for drunk driving, I'd be in jail.
Oh, my goodness. Do you know you get the death penalty?
Yeah, I mean, I would. I mean, I thank God I'm such a morally upstanding dude.
It would be ridiculous if you got a drunk driving offense slapped against you. They would change the laws. That would be the severely penalized offense you could commit in this country.
Diana Ross got crucified.
I went to jail for it.
Diana Ross did 2 days. Come on.
Yeah.
Well, I bet you Dick Cheney didn't.
That's all I did.
I know.
And her name is dragged through the papers every couple of weeks.
Yeah,
Not
you don't
Dick
even
Cheney.
know that Dick Cheney has
Let's
a
make
couple
it known.
of DUIs behind him.
Boy, I wish I was Kerry's running mate. I just stand there. I go, Mr. Cheney, let me ask you something. When you were arrested twice for DUI, what does that say about your character? How about if you had killed someone?
What is it with all those Republicans? You know, the president's a drunk, the vice president's a drunk.
All ex-drunks have found Jesus.
Is a drug addict.
Well, they're all out of control men who now need Jesus to keep them in line.
Yeah, they all need a set of rules.
And they think you guys are as out of control as them.
Yeah, if they're out of control, you gotta be.
Are you going to campaign for Kerry, Howard?
Yes. Oh, yeah. Big time. Big time. I'm asking my listeners to go to the website, donate money, and write down that you're a Howard Stern fan, too, so he knows. Yeah. Yeah, I'm sure I'm going to campaign for the guy. He's a good guy. It's not just an anti-Bush vote. Kerry's a good guy.
Maybe we should have a few political fundraisers.
Well, let's not get carried away.
Come on.
I'm not going to do that. Too lazy.
I'll arrange it.
I'll show up.
All you do is show up. You want me to do that?
Do I have to give a speech?
I'm hoping to get Kerry there.
Oh, yeah.
Take it easy. I think this can be done.
QT. If we do it at Scores, I'll do it.
Oh, come on.
I'm there.
After the presidential candidate leaves, I can get the Scores girls in.
Yeah, I got to get to the new Scores. Hey, Gary, when are we going to have a little party?
I was there last night, and Lonnie is begging for one.
Yeah.
What was he doing there last night?
I was celebrating my birthday.
Weeks ago.
Place is amazing, Howard. Amazing.
Oh, you loved it, huh?
What's going on?
It's just a cool place. There's like lots of cool rooms, and I don't know. The food is good. It's a pretty cool place. Everything's brand new.
Man,
we got to get over there before guys foul it up.
I can't wait.
Yeah, before it gets all
It's all funky bunched.
weird.
Yeah. Before it gets all, I don't even know if I could just say what I want.
And a bunch of cute new girls I've never met before.
Yeah.
I can't wait to spend some time in one of the cool rooms.
And hey, what about that room where you can go upstairs and look down on the girls? Did you check
the skybox. I went up there.
Oh, the skybox.
Also, Howard, it's like...
I'm like this. Oh, I'm in the skybox. I'm looking down at the girls.
It's very weird. It's almost like being like in one of those pyramids. Every time you open up another door, there seems to be yet another room behind it. You know what I mean? It's just like a series of rooms.
All right. Maybe next week we'll go over.
Yeah, maybe you should plan a little afternoon
delight.
Hey, if Kentucky covers, I'll be there in about 11 hours. Yeah. Yeah.
Be there all weekend.
I got cool room money.
Yeah, that's where you should be going to watch the game.
Well,
Howard, there's one funny thing. Everything in the place is finished. There's one room that they're still working on. It's the Ralph room. The Ralph room is still not done yet.
Yeah, did you hear about that?
No, what's that all about?
I was talking to Ralph. He goes, Lonnie's letting me design one of the rooms. He's showing me pictures he's drawing with, I want to have, mats on the floor and a special, stripper room.
Oh.
So Gary goes over there. The whole new Scores is done, except for one room, the one Ralph's designed.
Of course. Yeah. Ralph's still working on the design.
And what does it say about him? That's why he goes crazy from him.
Well, that's why he doesn't have a real job.
Yeah.
It's funny. Lonnie shows you everything. This is our luxury box. This is our special executive room. This room isn't done yet. And then, of course, Ralph was there last night, still working on it.
Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah.
At night.
Yeah, when strippers are there.
Right.
Not during the day.
During business hours, he's working on it.
Well, when we got there when it opened, Ralph was there, but I don't know how long he'd been there. But, he was with me from 7:15 till about 10, and he didn't appear to be doing any work on that room.
No job.
He was still researching.
Yeah.
Are they paying him to design the room?
I have no idea.
Yeah. The Empire State Building was built quicker.
But, there was a brand new girl working the door, and on the way out, she gave me my coat, and she goes, "How often are you guys here?" And I said, "I'm not here that much because there's all rooms named after you and different people."
Oh my goodness!
She thought she's like, "Yeah, there's rooms named after you guys. Are you guys here every day?"
Oh, good.
Do you have a piece of the action?
I love that it's I don't want my name on a room.
I thought the Ralph room was where you threw up.
Jerry, you're on the air.
Hey, Howard. I'm calling from South Florida. It's the only time I can hear the show. I'm really happy that I can listen to the show.
Yeah.
And you said you were picked up by another station yesterday. I'm wondering if you knew which area that was.
It's not in Florida.
Yeah, where is that? I've been dying to know too.
I don't know if the deal is done. I gotta check in. Gary, can you write me a note to ask Don if we picked up a station? I know it sounds bizarre in the midst of all this that we picked up a station.
Okay.
It's in a small little market.
It's not in Florida, huh?
No.
Well, I'm originally from Long Island. I'm heading back next week.
Hey, bro, spread the word out in Florida, man. Vote against Bush.
Vote Kerry.
Yep, vote Kerry.
Absolutely. I'm a registered Republican. There's no way in hell I'm going to vote.
They took your show away from you. Thanks.
No way. Can you keep me on hold, please?
Yeah, hold on. So the only way people can hear the show is on hold.
Right. People are now, I mean, we're going backward.
I'm still waiting to hear from Tom if we can play the Oprah clip.
He said 10 minutes. He's still out there, his
All right.
head smoking.
All right. Because he knows I'm on to something.
He's trying to get the concept down. You hit him with a lot of information.
You know what? Howard,
You need some. Yeah.
In the meantime, JD's going back to that particular Oprah show. He's going to pull more clips.
Right.
They were discussing the movie 13, and it's all about the different sex kids have.
Right. Oh, yeah, I think we should play the whole thing. They're never going to find Oprah. Jody, go ahead. You're on the air.
Howard, Whitey calling. Listen, we love you over here in Vermont, and you got to get rid of that Tom. I'm telling you, he's an idiot. You just told him you would take the fine. Why does he question you in front of your people that you work with?
No, well, the station would be fine. I wouldn't take the. He's got it. Listen, he ain't such an idiot, man. He hears what I'm saying. He agrees. He just wants to check in with the people who actually own the company.
Right.
Yeah, give him a break.
They have to pay
the
money.
He's under a lot of pressure, too. Everybody's just feeling it, you know? I mean, Tom is an idiot, but for different reasons.
Tom has aged.
It's BS. That's for sure.
Tom got cancer from all of this. My teeth are falling out of my head.
I can't believe that. You know what? What happened the other night? Did you find the tooth?
No, my dentist, Dr. Kaufman, told me that I cracked my tooth on something.
Oh, okay.
So he's got to put a fake tooth in there.
So you did have a hole.
Yeah, the tooth cracked. 2 teeth cracked off.
Wow.
I don't even feel it. I'm just stressed out.
You must be grinding your teeth or something.
I think so. Hey, Matt, you're on the air.
Hello?
Yeah.
Howard.
Hey.
Hello.
Hello. Hello, hello.
Hello, hello.
Hello, hello.
Howard.
Hello, hello.
Hello, hello.
Hello.
Hello, hello.
Hello.
Yes.
Hello, hello.
Hello.
Hello, hello.
Hello?
Hello.
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 Hello, hello.
Hi.
Hi. Hello. Go ahead.
Hello.
Hello.
Howard.
Yes.
I want to tell you how much I love you. I've been in Orlando for the past week, and it was sunny, beautiful, but I couldn't listen to you. It's horrible. I'm stuck in traffic now. It's snowing. It's miserable, but I'm listening to Howard. I'm the happiest man alive.
Hello, hello.
Thank you, my friend. Joey Boots, you're on the air.
Hey, Howard. You kind of touched on it already, but, you know, I was really disappointed yesterday when I couldn't hear that fart. But now that you said it, I'm really happy that you're putting it on your website, all that stuff that's being dumped.
Yeah, but, you know...
Could you tell that it had been cut?
Totally.
Yeah.
Totally. It was about 5 seconds. When he did the 18-second one, that was fine, right? But when he was going for the 30-second one, you heard maybe about 5 seconds, then you were all clapping and yelling, saying, wow, 30 seconds. I mean, it sounded so weird.
I know, and it was so funny. I mean, what are they doing to my show? What are they doing to my show?
And how is that hurting someone?
They're destroying a show.
I know. That's why I want to get out.
And I just heard that stuff about Oprah right there. I was on hold. And that's ridiculous that she did the same thing that you did. They sent the transcript to Gary with their finding. They're going to try to fine you for.
Oh, when it's Oprah who does it, it's educational.
Right.
It's such a goof.
It's not educational. Like you said, there was not a doctor on the show.
No, it's just. I'm being sarcastic.
I know, but I understand Tom's position. But I really hope that he plays that, because you are absolutely right. They will not go after her and fine her. And if they do,
as a matter of
great,
fact,
then you're going to have more people behind you saying what's going on.
Yep. If they play that clip and Oprah gets fined, then we really have won.
Oh, yeah. Everybody will come out of the woodwork and say, now the government's crazy.
Hey, Captain Jenks, you're on the
Morning,
air.
Howard.
Yeah.
There's something that we should all do, whether you get permission to play that bit or not. Put it up on the website and encourage the listeners to record it and send a complaint to the FCC.
Yes, that would really help. I'll put it up on the web. I'm going to put the Oprah clip on the web. It probably won't get on there till Monday because Jeff Schick says he needs the weekend to actually put the site together.
Right.
But I'll get the clip up there. You record the clip.
I'm going to record it.
Send a transcript of it to the FCC.
Right.
And complain that you were offended.
And ignore it.
Absolutely.
And thousands of people should flood with that clip saying they were offended.
Yeah.
And I guarantee you The FCC will never find Oprah.
They'll ignore it.
If they find Oprah, it's over. It's over.
I've sent many complaints to the FCC over the years against your competitors, Howard.
Yep.
So I'm kind of a master at this. And they will get back to you with a letter, with a general letter that says that we didn't find it indecent.
Yeah.
That's what's going to happen.
Right.
But if we all send something to them with a transcript and a copy, then they have to pay attention to it.
Yep. That's right.
Yeah, and you know what? How they get on the air and they say, we've gotten thousands and thousands of complaints. They should have to say that about Oprah now.
Hey, Captain, you ought to file a complaint. You know what would be cool?
Yeah.
Ryan Seacrest's first day on Clear Channel, the F word got out twice.
Yeah.
Is that show live?
Yeah. So you just get copies of that. I think I can get you copies and then just file a complaint with the government, say you were offended. I bet you they won't find him either.
You know, I sent a complaint to the FCC about me throwing the F note on CNN last week.
Yeah.
And they never got back to me.
Because CNN's cable.
Well, yeah, well, still.
They're allowed to actually do that.
Now, how can they find what Bono said indecent, but they're not going to find him?
Yeah, I don't understand that. You know that they found it indecent, and they said no fines.
Right. So why are they even making a point that they found it indecent if they're not going to fine him?
Because they're saying, who even know? You know what I mean? They're like the Taliban over there. They're making up rules as it flies along. They don't know what to do. But the Oprah thing's a real cool thing. Thank you, Captain Jenks. Rob, go ahead. You're on the air.
Hi, I'm a firefighter from Manchester, New Hampshire.
Right.
And it's amazing that this day and age that someone with a DWI can become president or vice president.
Yeah, well, we got two.
Let me ask you something.
Two.
Can you be a cop or a firefighter if you get a DUI?
In this state, I believe no.
So you can't be a cop, but you could be the vice president.
Correct.
You can run the country.
But you just can't enforce the laws.
Right.
I got it. Yes, Tom. Go ahead. Tom's got the decision. And you know what, Tom? You're the bravest, so I know you're not going to back down.
We have the faith.
We have the faith in you, my friend.
Don't disappoint us, Tom.
No.
Who'd you speak to, Lehrman?
Yeah.
Well, he's a lawyer. He's going to tell you. What's his reasoning?
Under the standards as they exist, as they have now created the standards that we believe we have to work under, our answer is, do we believe that that's indecent? No, we don't. But do we believe that they believe it is? Yes.
Then how come Oprah can play?
No one. Who said she could?
Then let's make sure that we find out if she can.
All right, I'll post the Oprah clips. JD, in fact, she did a lot worse than what she did. I think you're making a mistake. I think you should play it. I think we should be fined for what Oprah says.
Watch Oprah get fined for being right here.
Yeah, let Oprah get fined. I'm telling you, he's not thinking clearly. Lehrman's, listen, he's a nice guy. I like Lehrman.
He's just trying to avoid all fines.
But he's not a civil disobedient. He's never going to, he's not.
No, but
if he keeps playing by their game.
He's at the top of the period when it comes to FCC law. This guy knows.
I know. Okay. He's a genius. But listen to me. He's wrong. If you play Oprah's clip.
This going back to what you were talking about earlier in the show, what your mother always said, you had to have everything your way?
No.
Yes.
Yeah. No.
This is part of it.
He's actually thinking clearly right here.
I'm thinking clearly for once.
Listen, I think it's a great.
Let's make a stand.
No, but
this is our stand.
Unfortunately, no.
Look at me. Listen to me.
No, listen to me.
Listen to me.
Here, no. Listen to me. No, you listen to me.
All right, forget it.
Okay, you go.
All right, you win. You're right. My psychiatrist says I got to learn to listen to no. All right, so no, don't play it. Go ahead. I'm wrong.
But here's why.
Steve Lehrman knows more than I do.
Yeah, I believe he does about this.
Okay, then there you go. Either you buy into me or Steve.
Steve Lehrman knows about the law that the FCC has put out,
and
but he doesn't understand that it's wrong, and we're not supposed to be going along with it.
Tom, I'm a soldier. He's a bureaucrat.
No, he's not.
Look at me. I'm a soldier.
I'm looking you square in the eye.
You're looking at General Stern now. All right? I'm a soldier. I'm on the front line.
Right.
This is our last stand. This is our chance.
We got to stop running. We got to turn around and
We have to seize the moment.
No, and here's why we're not. Because we believe that our position is stronger by not, rather than airing it.
By airing it, they have to find Oprah if they find us.
No.
We can't be fined.
They can go. So maybe somebody complains and they go decide to fine Oprah.
We're going to complain.
Okay, then let them decide.
This is our battle of the bulge.
I'm telling you, Oprah won't get fined on her show,
then
but she will get fined here.
Then we win.
No, and if Oprah doesn't get fined on her show, and they compare that material to the other material, in fact, which they have just fined us for, it is almost the same.
Right. right. That's
so let's do it.
No, so that makes our argument stronger by the fact that
you're going to be arguing to a bunch of bureaucrats. Now's the time. The audience is listening. I'm still on the air.
Unfortunately, the audience
play
has
the
nothing to do
Oprah
with
clip.
this.
No, they'll all know what's going on. We're exposing the FCC. We're pulling their pants down right now.
I think if
play the Oprah clip. Trust me.
No.
Take a leap of faith with me right now. Hold my hand and jump off the cliff.
Sit on his lap.
Come with me. Don't be afraid.
We've been doing this a long.
Look into my eyes. Come with me now.
I'm looking at you square in
my
the
hand
eye.
is on the button. I'm going to play it.
And Dave's going to dump it.
Tell Dave not to dump it.
No, Dave's going to dump it.
Tell Dave not to dump it.
No.
Take a stand. You and I. They're not going to fire you because I'll quit if they fire you.
Bring Dave in here.
And I represent $80 or $100 million.
I'm not standing in front of you because
Look at
I'm
me.
worried
Mel
about my
is
job.
talking through me.
I am worried about doing the right thing.
Hold hands
not
while we
because
play
I'm
the
here
clip.
trying to protect
Mel
my
agrees
job.
with me. I know he does. He's ready. He wants to jump off the cliff with us.
Come on. That's
He does.
so much fun.
He's had it.
No.
He's had it.
No.
Ever cliff dive
It's
more?
over.
Love you, man, but no.
All right. There you go, ladies and gentlemen. Tom, once again, not seizing the moment. Go back to your cowardly office.
There's nothing cowardly about
Put
my
your
office.
head back in the sand. Duck!
Go back with your boyfriend, George W. Bush. Gonna vote for George W.? You voted for him the last time, didn't you?
Yeah, so did you, though.
No, I didn't.
he didn't.
Voted for Al Gore. Told
I
everyone
voted
to.
for George
And by the way, my
W.
candidate won.
And if I could, I would grab my vote back.
But who am I voting for this time around?
I would hope it's not him.
It certainly is not.
Thank you.
In fact, I got something yesterday. I got an email from one of my brothers who's very involved in the
Is that a
Republican
black
Party.
guy? No.
Asked me if I was interested in buying a table or some seats at some Republican fundraiser.
No.
I said, are you kidding? And, as far as I'm concerned, the Republican Party and the religious right can go take a flying, what.
Yeah. But Ronald Reagan, and more importantly, Barry Goldwater rejected the right.
Right.
I mean, he rejected the religious right.
Well, I would say that Ronald Reagan started the pandering.
Yep.
You know how to play it.
Yeah, but now they've taken it to a ridiculous level.
No question.
Yeah. All right. No clip. Okay. I'll abide by the rules.
Thank you.
I think you're making a mistake.
I understand.
Tom, what if I just repeat what Oprah said?
It'll get dumped.
I'm kidding.
I know.
Do it, Artie.
I'll do it right now.
It doesn't matter even.
Toss in your salad.
I would play it, but they'll dump it.
Right.
Thank you. Eric Greenberg, go ahead.
Hey, Howard, how you doing?
All right.
Hi, Robin.
Hi.
In the story today, in the forward that I did on the, hopefully you get a copy of it, I sent it to Gary. Barney Frank voted, Congressman Barney Frank from Massachusetts, is quoted on the record saying that he, even though he voted for the new broadcast indecency, he says you should not be the guy who's gone after. He says the people that turn in to your show know what they're getting and should not be a part of this whole FCC stuff. So I'm thinking that maybe you might want to use that as a.
Well, I think Barney Frank's been to one too many glory holes. I think he's dizzy from God knows what. Here's a gay man.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense at all what he's
who
saying.
was closeted for years, outed. You would think he would understand if he's for me and doesn't think I should be restricted. Then why, in God's good name, would this man of all men vote for these indecency fines? He should be ashamed of himself. He should really be ashamed. And shame on you, Barney Frank.
But the positive side of that is he's saying that even if he's voting for it, you should not be.
Well, but what good does that do me? Once the law's in effect, he doesn't control how they use the law.
They've already. Well, whose name was screamed in that in those committee hearings?
He gave the FCC the gun to shoot me with, but he doesn't want to take responsibility when they shoot me.
Right, he's going to turn his back and it's going to be done, and he'll say, "Oh, I didn't mean for that to happen."
Now, Barney Frank is I think he's dizzy. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, he's been through, I guess, a lot of torture in his life, and he's not thinking straight.
Barney Frank so badly wants to be accepted by, straight white men
Yeah, he wants to be a part of everything.
that he's afraid to vote his conscience. And if he really believes that the bill should not be used against me, he should have voted against it.
There's something wrong with the bill that shouldn't be used.
Right.
Right. On the positive side, though, we have Serrano, Congressman Serrano, Ackerman, Congressman Nadler, all quoted in the story in the forward that...
Well, those three guys are stand-up guys. There's even a Republican. I don't know the guy's name offhand who voted against it. There's only one.
Right, it was only one.
One.
I haven't heard what he had to say about it, though.
But the three guys that we
There's one Republican. There was one guy on the FCC who was against all these fines. You know why? He said they're not steep enough. He voted against it.
Boy, oh boy,
Yeah.
who is sitting on that panel?
Well, it sounds like, though, even though there might be just sort of the star of this little groundswell, if you have Ackerman and Nadler and Lewis and some of these others who are saying, well, wait a second, we should actually start backing Howard. And I spoke to something that didn't get into the story, several people down in Washington, top kind of Democratic operatives, who started, when I started asking them, saying, don't you know that Howard has helped people like Governor Whitman and Governor Pataki, and, you know, he's been a force somehow in the Republican, electing some Republicans. They weren't even aware of that. And once I pointed it out to them, they were saying, well, maybe we should start trying to take advantage of this.
Well, hey, listen, the guy who's really going to get, who's going to be out of office in November is George W. Bush, thanks to me. And
Well,
only
you know,
me.
he likes the vacation so much, he probably wants it.
Yeah. I'm going to give him his wish.
Well, have you heard anything from the Kerry people in the last day?
No, I heard from candidate Kerry early on in the Democratic primary when there were 10 candidates, because I got on the air and I was just starting to look into who was running for, you know, on the Democratic side.
Yeah.
So I got on the air because that's when everyone was blasting him, saying that he talks out of both sides of his mouth, that he won't answer a question. So I watched him in 3 different debates and in 2 different interviews. And the guy answered every question directly. There was no wishy-washy answer. He was direct and to the point. And I got on the air and I said, one thing about Kerry is they're lying. They're painting him somehow into a corner because he's supposed to be, you know, not telling. He tells one group there's
Flip-flop.
Mr. Flip-flop. I said, the guy's very direct. He will answer your questions. I saw it for myself.
Right.
He even said, ask me a question. I'll give you an answer. So after I got on the air and said that, I got a call from Kerry's campaign office saying he'd like to come on the show with me. And at that time, I said I'd rather not because I'm waiting to really hear more from all of them before I endorse anyone. I might even endorse Bush, I told them. I said, I have to hear everyone. And as things went along, I was impressed with Dean. I was impressed with Kerry. I was impressed with even that guy, Edwards and Kucinich.
Yeah.
Then I'm listening and listening and listening. So I figured I'd hold off. This isn't really a political show, you know what I mean? So it was like, I was like, well, I'm not going to get started with all that. And then when I pick a candidate, I'll get behind him.
Well,
then I was on vacation, and I was thinking, and Kerry was, Kerry was already now beating Dean and stuff. And I said, gee, I really like that guy. I got to sit down and figure out where I'm at with all this. And I came out on the air and I said, look, I've been thinking long and hard. And there's some things that President Bush's administration has done okay, but it's time for a change. And I stated 25 reasons on the air why we should vote against Bush and vote for Kerry.
Right.
Within 3 days, I was off every Clear Channel station. Now, I'd been working for Clear Channel for over 10 years. They never had a problem with anything I said. I supported the war in Iraq and all of that, and they loved it. The second I came out against Bush, within 2 days, they handed my head to me in a silver platter. That's the truth. And I swear to God, that's the whole truth. Clear Channel
That's the timeline.
Clear Channel is bedmates with Bush. He's given them the ability to buy as many stations as they want. I understand why they support the Bush administration. It's in their best business interest. I happen to think that Viacom supports Bush because they're in the same boat. They want to buy a lot of stations. But the bottom line is this. As soon as I came out against Bush, that's when my rights for free speech were taken away. It had nothing to do with indecency. Had I came out and said, look, we got to stick with Bush. He's the only guy.
Every Clear Channel
I'd be on every Clear Channel station right now. Guarantee it, because this has happened to 7 other radio people on Clear Channel. Conservatives who came out against Bush within 2 days off the air. There's a woman suing Clear Channel right now over it, a former radio host on Clear Channel. So this is all political.
Well, the hypocrisy of the guy down in D.C., where you used to work, obviously, not being taken off the air.
Right.
It's
He was just fine. Elliot in the morning.
It's all arbitrary.
It's all arbitrary.
So a lot of that's in the story in the forward today, and I think the start of having some people speak out, some politicians, some congressmen, could be the start of some kind of groundswell, and we'd be happy if you'd want to link it on the Howard Stern website.
I would. Just send me the link, okay?
Great. Okay.
All right.
Good enough.
By the way, the Democrats better start seizing this as an issue, because this will get them votes.
Yep.
If they start pointing out how the Republicans are in your bedroom taking away your rights, involved in your personal life, and how you like to spend your spare time, they'll get them out of office.
Problem is, right now, most Democrats love this and have embraced the censorship issue.
I know.
Because it makes them seem like they're real Americans, too. We love family. We're going to protect everyone. So the Democrats aren't really much better on this, to be honest with you.
That's what I'm saying. But they don't realize this is a swing issue.
Right. But what we will do is, just to make a statement, we're saying no to President Bush, because he is so in bed with the religious right. He won't even allow science to occur. Stem cell research. The guy's freaky. I mean, it's just, he's speaking to Jesus in the White House, and he's going berserk.
They've got people so riled up in Tennessee, in some county, they're trying to vote not to let gays inside the county line.
You think Courtney Love is nuts? Your president's 50 times nuttier. Courtney Love makes more sense
All
than George
these
Bush.
religious wackos are coming out of their holes because they think they have a president who supports them.
Yep. And Barney Frank. I mean, give me a break, dude.
Yeah, be embarrassed. Be very embarrassed.
Okay. So now where were we? That's what's going on as of today.
Can't play Oprah.
Yeah.
Even though it went out live, on her show.
Hey, Adam, you're on the air.
Yeah, Howard, love you, man. You're awesome. You guys stay strong. But Tom should be totally ashamed of himself. He's such a giant coward. You're like hung on a tree asking for help, and he's standing there watching you die, and like, can't do it, man. Can't do it.
Yeah, he doesn't really understand how important it would be to play the Oprah clip.
It would be tremendous.
Yes.
Well, the point is, Tom is not a fighter.
He's not.
Tom would never have hired me here at this radio station.
And you know what? Even if you guys did go and you went through the fine, I mean, he would still have a job. It's not like he has no job security. He's a good guy. He's good at what he does. People like him because he's a robot.
He'll be fine.
Exactly. Hey, listen, on a lighter note, your DVD of uncut footage that you have,
yes.
Anything going on with that?
You know what? We have not worked on it since Christmas.
You might have plenty of time to work on it soon.
Yeah, if I am off the air, I'll get to work on it. It's just I've been real busy lately.
Right. Excellent. Well, you guys stay strong. Love you. Always listen to you every single day. Tape the show. You guys rock.
Thanks, bro.
Bye.
Jeff the Drunk, you're on the air.
Oh, hey, Howard.
Hey.
How's it going?
Okay.
Jeff, are you behind us?
I am definitely behind you.
Well, there you go. We got the drunken degenerate vote.
I would like to say to Tom, stop being a bitch and let Howard play the clip, damn it.
I'm sure you have a lot of influence.
Now he's even more convinced not to play.
He's a bitch and a skanky-o.
Hey, I got a voice. You know, things are getting so crazy. I got a voicemail here that I'm just hearing about. And
what's this?
Listen to this.
Yo, Howard, man, I hate to poke you with a stick while you're down, but watching the E! show here with that cat chick, and you ask her the question, so were you all considered lesbians in high school? And E! bleeped the word lesbians. Well, why would they bleep the word lesbian? Why was that bleeped? Let me know, man. All right, then.
Are you serious?
Yeah, so E! did some weird stuff. They started
reacting to.
They started pulling off all our original programs and running repeats, and now Mindy's bleeping the word lesbian.
But what?
And I don't know.
What is she thinking? They're not bothering cable.
Not only that, when did lesbian become a bad word?
What are you supposed to call people of that persuasion? Did we miss something?
They're completely going insane over there. I mean, I just as soon move the show over to Showtime or HBO and play the whole thing with the nudity.
Oh, please. It would be so much fun to just let it fly.
What?
They didn't bleep the word lesbians, Howard.
Oh, they didn't? What did they bleep?
Lesbos.
So what?
Oh, please.
I know. Robert Zinsky goes, no, they didn't bleep lesbians. I go, what's the difference? They bleeped the word lesbos.
Who's offended over there by that word? I wonder.
I don't know.
Holy mackerel.
I mean, lesbos is...
Well,
it's the short form of lesbian.
You know what? I know what's going on there. That has nothing to do with FCC stuff. I know what's going on there. I'll have somebody handle that. Gary, make a note to me to talk to someone who
fighting people
would certainly be offended by lesbo.
We're getting attacked at all ends here.
You know, you could spend all day
I know what's going on top of it.
Fixing things.
Fix. Everyone's fixing. Everyone's fixing my show. Oh, man. All right, anyway, I got to take a break, but...
Doesn't it make it seem much worse if you bleep that word? They probably think you said something much worse.
Hey, Miguel, you're on the air.
How you doing?
Hey, bro.
Hey, now.
Hey, now.
Hey, I was listening to, unfortunately, the only thing I could get in was some Rush Limbaugh yesterday. And Rush made a nice comment. They were talking about Afghanistan, and a caller called up, and you know how Rush, he gets all hot and bothered and does that deep sigh. Well, he goes, listeners, I'm sorry, but right there, they almost had to Howard Stern me. I almost went off. And so I guess they're using you as a spin on what an FCC fine is.
You know, and he's so envious. He actually wants to be fined by the FCC, so someone would pay attention to him.
He wishes this was him, that he was a lightning
You can't have it both ways. You can't sit there and be a Republican lackey and then try to be, you know...
You're preaching to the choir, brother.
Yeah.
You know
and then
what?
last night, Bill O'Reilly did the same thing.
I know.
I couldn't believe Bill O'Reilly. Where does he get off? I mean, where's his thanks at? Hey, another question.
Please.
I want to
He's a
tell you.
nightmare.
Limbaugh and O'Reilly have me to thank all over the place, but they wouldn't stand up and be men and fight. But then again, Limbaugh got out of the draft because his knee hurt. And
don't know why O'Reilly didn't.
I think it is a similar situation there.
But I can imagine that Limbaugh, when he was taking that deep sigh, he was hitting his desk.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen.
I need an Oxycontin.
Ladies and gentlemen, throw a towel on me.
You almost had to Howard Stern me there.
Someone get an enormous towel. And
I know what it was. I remember reading Al Franken's book. O'Reilly had a tail, so they couldn't...
Oh, that's right. He had the... What do they call it?
Polynidal cyst.
Right.
He was growing a tail, and I guess they wouldn't let him in the Army. They weren't sure where he should go to the bathroom.
But he also had one of those family research kind of people on his show last night, and now they're examining books read to children.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. My dad served in the military. He had a polynidal cyst. There was no problem.
Yeah, I mean, how does that stop you from fighting?
You know, I love your message, man. I've been listening to you forever. I got teenage daughters. Once they turned 15, I started letting them listen to you just because what they hear from you, they hear worse from in school. But I just wanted to say thanks for everything you guys are doing. Artie, your tops. Fred, come on, speak up back there. We can't hear you. And Howard, what's the deal with Courtney? Is she ever going to straighten out? You know, she just got picked up, didn't you?
Yeah, we've been talking about it all morning. Listen to this. It started with a peep show on David Letterman, ended up with a peep walk at a police station. Diva in distress Courtney Love unraveled before the public's eyes during a night-long orgy of bad behavior, baring her breasts on TV and beating a fan with a microphone stand. She did a show for our radio station here last night. Everyone said it was like a train wreck, great show.
Oh, I wish I was there.
He said it was great. She was completely insane.
She was diving off the stage, crowd surfing, baring her breasts, kissing girls.
Love spent 6 hours at the station house. This is after she threw the microphone stand into that guy's head. Love spent 6 hours at the station house before being booked on a misdemeanor assault and endangerment charges. Her spokeswoman, Jill Fritzow, said Love will be vindicated.
About what?
The rocker didn't comment as she left at about 9:30 a.m., and a close friend said Love didn't let out a peep all day. She's so devastated. I think at one point she started yelling, "I'm innocent." But she showed up last night.
Yeah, I couldn't believe she made it.
Yep. Here's a letter I got. I wanted to let you guys know I had a brief conversation with former Governor Jesse Ventura this past weekend during the WWE Hall of Fame dinner.
Well, that's where you'd find an ex-governor.
I mentioned to him all the problems with the FCC that Howard is having, and wanted to get his take on it. He went on for about 10 minutes and basically said that he agrees with Howard on all aspects of fighting the FCC. So I said to him, why don't you come on the show to support Howard? And he said he would never go on the show because apparently Howard snubbed him at one point.
Yeah.
I think he was on hold or something, and Howard never picked up. Well, that is true. When he was running for governor of Minnesota, we were on. I had him on hold. I didn't even realize he was on hold. I have about 5,000 calls all up on a computer. Right. I didn't even know he was on hold. So he considered that a snub. And we had said to him, hey, look, sorry, we made a mistake. It wasn't good enough for him. So, I mean, I don't really care if he comes on or not. I just think that if you really believe in something, why wouldn't you speak out? Because you were on hold?
You got to get over yourself every once in a while.
Sometimes it's not about you.
More important than you.
Sometimes you let go of stuff.
Yeah.
But whatever. Who cares? That's the story. All right, I got to take a break. But going into break, I'm going to play you a clip.
Maybe you should be like Martha and start writing letters to people to speak up in your behalf.
That'll never happen. All right, here's really a great thing. This is from song parody man Dan. This guy is brilliant. He took the guy who was trying to break the record yesterday. Unfortunately, he didn't come close, but he was terrific. He took all of Will the Farter's farts and put together a beautiful musical piece. These are all real farts.
All right.
See here. Robin, Alhambra. What do you think?
Hi there, how are you?
Well, I'm doing just fine, Robin. How are you doing?
I love you. I think you are incredible.
Well, I just started. Thanks a lot.
I'm also a man.
You are? Ow.
You think you're a wizard?
I hear you. I hear you, Robin. Is that it, Robin? You just wanted to give me your thoughts about sexuality. That's the next program, Robin, and I appreciate your call.